once again, crime!
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm revisiting one of my most played commanders, Nicol Bolas, God-Pharaoh. This is a Grixis crime deck, like many of my decks, because I love playing other people's cards. There's something very satisfying about cutting somebody off from their strategy and trying to take it for yourself. And the more that Magic Arena has been around, the more cards we've gotten for Grixis crime. In this deck, we steal things from our opponent's library, we steal things from our opponent's hand, we steal things from our opponent's graveyard, we steal things from their battlefield. We even take things directly from exile, taking them out of the middle of their deck and putting them into play pretty much for free, using some of the kind of overpowered cards that they've put into Alchemy. And since Brawl is able to play Heist, that mechanic that's on Grenzo, we have all sorts of ways to steal. This deck is mean, it's rude, and it gets a lot of wins because a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't like when their cards get taken, so they leave. Even if they haven't lost, they leave because they're like, you took my commander. Well, yes, I took your commander because it's my commander now. I want to play your deck. There is a rule with this deck, though. If you're playing Nicol Bolas God-Pharaoh, you can never use the +1 or -12 abilities. I'll say there's some leniency for using the +1 if your opponent has hexproof or protection, since you can't use the minus or the plus otherwise, but it's all about stealing. If the -4 kills your opponent, awesome. If the +2 steals, though, you should be stealing, because it's real fun to get to play your opponent's stuff. And this deck did get a major update recently because we have cards like Fear of Ridicule, which take creatures out of your opponent's deck and put them into play as 1/1 enchantment creatures with Menace. We've got some cards that even take your opponent's creatures and turn them into enchantments under your control, giving you any enter the battlefields and also permanently stealing cards like their commander unless they have a way to destroy or bounce an enchantment. There's also a lot of things that are, I'll say kind of tricky to deal with. Because we have a lot of cards that can play at instant speed that are either a counterspell or a way to take a card, you're able to hold up mana to respond to your opponents, like many Grixis control decks, because that's what this is at its heart. It's even got board wipes like Spiteful Banditry, which is also thematic because it's Spiteful Banditry. Yes, we're here to do crimes. And we have the brand new board wipe in Arena. It's not brand new to Magic, but it's brand new to Arena. That is one of the best board wipes that we're ever going to get because it's Damnation. In black, we destroy all creatures for just 4 mana. It's very good, and it will help reset the board so you can do more crime. So let's take Nicol Bolas into the queue and take our opponent's deck. Omnath, Locus of Creation. This is a landfall commander that depends on the number of lands that enter in a turn. The first time a land enters, you get to have 4 life. The second time, 4 mana, and the third time, 4 damage to your opponent and any planeswalkers they control, like my commander. They probably have a lot of lands and things that make more lands in their deck. It's an evil being. Let's see what they got. They could also have lots of counter spells to help supplement, since they are in 4 out of 5 possible colors. You got... Alright, let's see. So they got Cyclonic Rift, Springheart Nantucket, Swords of Plowshares, Joint Exploration. I think I gotta hit Cyclonic Rift. And the logic on this is not so I have a Cyclonic Rift. It's because if I steal from them, they can use Cyclonic Rift to put it back into their hand. Anything that's not a land, which I do have many ways to steal lands in this deck, because of course I do. I'll steal anything. Got either Relic of Legends for ramp or Decadent Dragon to steal. I'm gonna start with just Relic of Legends. The nice bit of ramp. Lets me tap my legends as well. Ooh, Oracle of Moldiah. That lets them play additional lands. They have a fetch land now on top. So if I can't get rid of this, they're going to be able to get a lot of Omnath triggers. But I have a way to get rid of it. Multiple ways. I could either Hostage Taker, but then they could Swords of Plowshares, bring it back. So I think what I'm going to do, and this is going to seem kind of weird, Damnation for one single creature. And then I'm going to reanimate it because, as I said, we are doing crime. And there was a land on top of my deck. Isn't that nice? We have even more crime on top of the deck, the Triumphant Getaway. The last time I had uploaded this deck was right after Heist had been introduced to Arena. So we have every single Heist card in here. From the original batch. There's a new Heist card, but it's not very good. It heists on attack, but it's just not well statted enough to really be able to attack safely. Alright, they got 1, a 2, a 3, a... Ooh, Risen Reef. I do love Risen Reef. We get Crunch! Nice! Where's the Plowshares? Rip. Now that they've used that Source the Plowshares, feel a little bit safer trying to do some stealing here. I think if I hostage take the Omnath, they'll just send it back to the command zone. Maybe I want to sit here on Gale's Redirection and my various other instants. I think that sounds good. I'm also 1 mana away from Cyclonic Rift. I love Risen Reef, but I would only really want it if I could play it, and I'm 1 land away from steal it and play it all at once. You got the first hit. Explore. Sure. I'm not gonna bother stealing that. They do have 3 if they get, they want to play the land here. But I'm more afraid of, like, what they do with this mana. Yes, exactly, like that Genesis Ultimatum. That's what I want to steal. And also hopefully get to cast for free. I rolled a 4. So I'm not going to get to cast it for free. I have to pay 7, but I'm only 1 mana away from 7. Is it time for Springheart and to go on the reef? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's terrifying. They have 2 fetches. So they'll get the 3rd trigger. They'll deal a bunch of damage to me. And they're also going to start reefing and beefing. I'll probably go for a Hostage Taker on this next turn anyway. Bug. So much mana. Unless I get a land, because Genesis Ultimatum sounds really fun. Not a land. Hostage Taker. But wait. There's more! Alright, give me the reef. I can't play it. At least not right away. This is just 1 mana for 1 mana, since the Relic of Legends lets me tap it. And I might do the small Cyclonic Rift. And they still know about the Cyclonic Rift. Oh, odd. 80 Hey Jonuts in the chat says, I just watched your Commander at Home game. For anybody who doesn't know yet, I was on a recent episode of Commander at Home. We'd actually recorded it before Bloomborough came out, but the episode just came out, and it's really fun, and you should watch it. It's me, Brian and Olivia, the hosts, and then Pay Money Wubby, who I met for the first time making that episode. Lands are falling. Yeah, it sat around for a while. I think that they were just, like, banking episode. Whoa. Okay. They get the Risen Reef and they get the Incubate. Sure. Welcome back, Omnath. They'll get more triggers. But yeah, it was the debut of my Storvold deck. So if you want to see me playing, it is a dual typal deck. The 2 types are giants and little guys, which is not officially a creature type, but it's totally a creature type. Yeah, I know what I want. And it's the top 5 cards of my deck. Kitty and 2 lands. Ah, I wish it was more interesting than that. Davids and Goliaths, but they're like hanging out and working together. They're vibing and they're hanging. Chillin'. Ooh, they're milling the top 7 and they get a creature, enchantment, or land from among those cards. So, what did you get? Ginny Jin Jin! This will draw them many cards. Can you not play Heuristic Study, bro? Seriously? Seriously? Right in front of my kitten? Rumba! You may as well play lots of stuff here. Oh, this is an elemental raccoon. Cute. I had a Jingataxis. Oh, are you escaping the Uro? What if I had Uro and Jingataxis? It's Horton and the he whose he hears. Ah, damage! Boop. I go to 1! Don't do it. Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? Alright, how many can I steal? 1, 2, 3 cards. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. That's my Omnath. That's my Jingataxis, and that's my Uro. Bloop. Oh, of course I don't pay the 1. What do you take me for? I draw 7. I technically have 3 mana up? That's so weird. I have to discard 3? I mean, I only have 1 life, but I gain 4 on it. I'm gonna go 1, a 2, a 3, a crunch. Oh, the illusion. Wait, why do you need to draw more cards? What is this? Stop it. I have 1 life. Ugh, Nadu. Got a load of this guy. Oh, hi, Bristly Bill. So there's this whole thing with Bristly Bill and Nadu that can allow them to get many, many game actions, more than they were already going to get, because Bristly Bill causes them to target a creature, which causes them to get the top card of their deck. And if it happens to be a land, it gets put into play, which gets them another target from Bristly Bill. Remember, the Cyclonic Rift I had cast before was their Cyclonic Rift. So we know they don't have that, but they still probably have River's Rebuke and some similar cards. Yeah, get comfortable! Get comfy. By the way, Displacer Kitten, if I blink this, or this, it will put it back under their control. It is under owner's control on this. I could even have an Aetherize! By God. Yeah, I have to wait until they swing in to use any interaction. Because I won't have enough blockers. I guess I could block. With Jin. Or, Yeah, blink this, use that, go there, kill the Nadu now so they stop taking actions. And I'd still have 2 blockers up. Ah, I'm gonna do it. They used up the 2 triggers on that. And I will discard House Meld. I guess I could pay the 1. Oop. Please stop getting cards into your hand. They can make these huge, and I'll have to block both of them. Because it costs only 5 mana to double with Bill. Eureka! Put some lands into play. By the way, they still have all these cards in hand. Their maximum hand size, as long as Jin is out, is 0. They are not able to double now, or are they? I can't tell how much mana they have up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they do have enough to double. Double and put an additional counter on, assuming they still have planes in their deck. Marsh Flats, get more landfall triggers. What are we talking about? Nadu and Derevi? Derevi is banned in 1v1 Commander. Derevi is awful, and I hate him. And I wish he wasn't in this format as Commander. He is banned as Commander in 1v1 EDH, or Dual EDH, French EDH, whatever you want to call it, Dual Commander. That. He's banned. I wish he was banned in Brawl, but he's not. Oh, they're conceding. I love winning at 1 life. While they're at 34. Because we're going to make them discard all their cards, and then steal more stuff off the battlefield. GG. Sigarda, Font of Blessings. This Sigarda likes to play humans and angels off the top of their deck, right? That's the one? That's the one. Also gives things hexproof. Ah, heck, it's really hard to steal things that have hexproof. Well, I guess I'll just have to try and steal Sigarda. If you give me no choice, I must steal her. If I can't target your other permanents, I have to steal her. Plunder or Lootmonger first. Let's start with Lootmonger. And I'll drop the... I think I could drop the Plunder or the Twilight. Oh, okay. Now I won't be getting treasures for stealing things. I'm going to drop the Blue Sun's Twilight because they didn't play anything on turn 1 or 2. Hey, it's a Selesnya Angels deck! We ran into one of these a few days ago. I wonder if it's the same person. I can get hexproof too. Shalai and Sigarda kind of feel like sister cards. Hi, Adeline. Blue. Scry. Removal. Pass the turn. And I think I'm gonna let them draw a card and get rid of this Adeline before she swings in because she's scary. Soul Warden, not in your life. I mean, you get to have it, but first this. Oh, unless Cameo's Safekeeping. A little bit of hexproof, a little bit of indestructible, a little bit of vigilance, and she's swinging in and getting a little guy in the gain of life. Hey, Adeline. It worked the first time, but it's not gonna work again. There are white spells that could do something similar, but ha! You don't have one. Perfect. Aha, got it. So this, by the way, human, angel. They're definitely getting some humans and angels in here. Garda. Yeah, I see her. Nicol Bolas, make them discard a card from hand. And also, I have a 4/4 flyer. They have a 4/4 flyer. Aw, EK, I'm glad you liked the Commander at Home episode. I'm surprised it took so long to come out. Also, I could have cracked this open to use the map to try to turn this into a 5/5 to make this a more efficient blocker against Sigarda. Yeah, I figured something like that was going to happen, though. Yeah, I'll be watching that episode with people on stream, but I actually remember some of that game because it was the first game I had played with a new deck. Because it was a deck I had designed to be good to slot Bloomburrow cards in, because we recorded it before Bloomburrow officially came out. And it was just like, yeah, I'm going to build a deck that I know Bloomburrow cards will go into, because they're all little guys. The main point of that game is that Sheoldred is good. Sheoldred is a monster. That's what she is. You could say she's really good. You could say she's really good. Hi, Sigarda. Nice. Making a big blocker worked. Also, Grenzo on top of the deck. Yeah, it's Grenzo. GG. Sovereign Okanek Ahau. How you doing? When they attack in with creatures that have a higher than their base power, they get +1/+1 counters on those creatures. Okanek Ahau has to attack for that to happen, though, so there's probably going to be lots of ways to protect them. Even though he already has ward, probably things that have +1/+1 counters, maybe some equipment. All sorts of things. Yeah, I think usually when I see this, it is a bit of a scales deck. Alright, Mirari's Wake, Delighted Halfling, Selfless Savior. I don't care as much about the ramp. I care a lot more about the protection here, since it would make it a lot harder for me to kill Sovereign Okanek Ahau. This is going to buff everything. This discounts things. We love some Selesnya stuff here. Yeah. They did have 2 different 1-drops, so, like, even though I saw their thoughts were still pretty good despite all that. Nice, they have 2 ways to stop counterspells. I do have counterspells in this deck, but, like, not that many. Ignore the one in my hand currently. This one's fun. This is a fun counterspell. This is a stealing counterspell. Ooh, reanimate. I could steal that dog. I don't think I should steal that dog. I think I should use Key to the Archive to ramp. Time Warp, Doomblade, and Lightning Bolt. Doomblade kills Okanek Ahau. Time Warp does the Time Warp. I like extra turns. I'm gonna drop Desertion. Actually, I'm gonna drop this. I could, like... Yeah, I'm gonna drop Sheoldred. So here's the plan. We Time Warp. We reanimate our Sheoldred. And then... on the next turn, I'll be holding up mana so I can take the Mirari's Wake. Perfect. This is like a pretty decent blocker, too. We'll sacrifice the Hobbit, I imagine. Oop, Jelly. If I wanted to make sure this dies, I guess I could have stolen the Hobbit and then done that. I don't need to be doing that. I'll find other ways to steal you. I still have enough mana for Desertion if I put down the Relic of Legends. So I will do that, and I'll pass the turn. I can only steal artifacts or creatures. So if they play Mirari's Wake, I guess they don't steal it off this. I'll still counter it. Since it would buff. It's also just a very good card. It gives them twice as much mana. And next turn, I think I have enough mana to steal Okanek Ahau. Yeah, wait. I think I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to pay Ward 2. And now I'm an Okanek Ahau deck. I sure hope I get to increase my power and toughness so I get +1/+1 counters. Nashi, Searcher in the Dark. This is a Dimir Tempo commander. When it hits you, and it does have Menace, you either get a +1/+1 counter, or you get some legends or enchantments that happen to be milled, and you mill based on your power. So Nashi grows and grows and mills and mills and mills and grows and grows and mills. Oftentimes, Nashi wants to come down very early to start dealing damage. So let's see if Nashi comes down now or if they're going to be using some removal. Cool. So Agent of Rafine has been shrunk. And I'll just throw down Undercity Sewers. We got another land on top. Works for me. I'll swing in for 1. Die. Macaronis and cheese. Another good legend. Also good if they're doing graveyard stuff, which they probably are. I would be doing graveyard stuff in their deck. It's Nashi. You want to loot? Loot. They draw, they discard. Which card? This card. It's Tiny Bones. Oh, but his bones are so small. Gonna try to hit Nashi with some removal. They will get to draw a card if this goes through. But I'm kind of hoping that they were going to blanket. They didn't. Rona hits. Oh. Going to use Hostage Taker. I think that there's like some consideration for using this on Agent of Rafine. Okay, nope, Memory Lapse. I'll swing in for 1. Since I no longer need 2 blockers, since Nashi's not coming out. Though they could just play him again this turn. Just as I can play Hostage Taker again. Get him! Relic of Legends. Marchesa. Mana Drain. That gives them 3 additional mana next turn. I'll swing in for 1. Yep. And now, what are you gonna do with 8 mana? Reach the Multiverse? Oh, Cruelty of Gix! Chapter 1. Who are you hitting? Xanathar or Hostage Taker? Hostage Taker. Okay. Chapter 2, they get to tutor, and Chapter 3, they get to reanimate. And they could even reanimate that Hostage Taker. Feels like they're holding up counter spells. Xanathar. Wonder if it's Wash Away. Entity Tracker. Oh, cute. Okay, so this is going to kill this. Because Nashi is also an enchantments commander, you can use him pretty well with that. I wonder if I'm going to get, like, Shouldered Edicted here. Totally could. Totally might. I hope not, though. It would be bad. It'd be really bad. Because I want this Xanathar. Yeah, so that is a Shouldered Edict. That's Shouldered Who Edicts. The Xanathar is pretty big for me because it was going to stop them from playing stuff on my turn. Nicol Bolas. Hello. 1 crimes, please. Huh. If I do this, they will probably bring back... Sacrifice and then bring back Shouldered here? Right? No? Okay. I was gonna say, that's an easy way to kill Nicol Bolas. I guess they also have this Restless Reef on their lands. Hi, Xanathar! You wanna steal my cards? You're so cute. Look at his smile. Uh-oh. Extra turn. Surprised they didn't put Trial of Ambition back into hand. I guess they want to maximize face damage. Maybe they have lethal? Okay, so that's 10. They have lethal if they attack with the Restless Reef. Yeah, that might be it. Ooh, hot does that? They're not going for the lethal swing. It's a harder one to see because you have to, like, remember you have a man land, which, let's be real, we've all forgotten. Frequently. Multiple times. I can't Toxic Deluge to kill everything, because it would kill me. I can't pay that much life. So it's gonna all come down to you, Nikki B. All up to you. Steal the perfect spell. Such as... Okay, well, this lets me kill myself, so I guess that's something. I will pay 3 life. And then I will pay 1 life. GG, Najee, Searcher in the Dark. Marchesa, Dealer of Death. This is a Grixis commander that loves it when you commit a crime, not just doing crimes like what we do. She is pretty much just good with anything that targets, which is typically not being played with just things that target for the sake of targeting. This Marchesa is usually a Grixis control commander, playing a lot of targeting removal, targeting discard, and targeting counterspells. Almost every counterspell targets. Not everyone, though, because some of them are not target spell gets countered. They just, like, exile things on the stack. It's most of them. I'm Marchesa. You're pretty scary for me, because unless I can specifically steal you, everything else is going to be stopping me from stealing, and getting them card advantage while they do it, filling up their graveyard. The fact that they dropped the Swan Song is like... They have no fear. That's an orb that targets each turn. They get to check the top card of their deck, and either I get to mill it, or it goes into their hand. And I'm going to lose the life, and it was only 2 damage. Okay, not the worst. I could play Tasha. That would get me some board presence. Gonti would steal and protect. I'm going to start with Tasha. So I think this is harder to kill. And it also gives me something to build towards. If I do the -6, I'll be stealing a whole bunch of creatures from their deck. And oftentimes, these decks don't have that many creatures. They don't need to. They probably have, like, Hostage Taker. If they have a crime sub-theme, which I'm going to guess they don't, because I saw a Swan Song here. Just control. Yeah, it's just crime. Crime! Hello, we millin'? We thrillin'? We killin'? One on the top, one on the bottom. I'm gonna lose the life. Oh, that is Grenzo. Hey, Tasha. You've done an amazing job. But I need you to die. Because I need that Grenzo. Oh my goodness, look at all these cards. Seagate Restoration. I don't have a land. I want a land. I also want to draw a number of cards. A large number of cards. What do you mean, squash away? Triumphant Getaways. Do some stealing. I'm gonna want some stuff that's good for my turn and some stuff that's good for their turn. I want to take River's Rebuke. Because if they have that in their deck, they can steal. Okay, reanimate. This is useless. Blood Artist is fine. So I'm going for this reanimate, even though I can't use it on their turn. Because if they kill Grenzo, I'm taking it back. We're gonna have a custody battle, a serious custody battle. I think that going for the Abrade could have also been fun to get rid of Palantir of Orthanc. The Orb. I love it. It's so round. This bird's doing pretty well, though. Tweet, tweet. Yeah, this deck is actually focused on the targeting stuff. So it's like, they're doing crime things and also the control stuff. I imagine they also have, like, Jiza in there to get more payoff for committing a crime. Hi, Raven of Fell Omens. Would you like to attack? I don't know why they're roping. Maybe they disconnected? Maybe they're upsetty spaghetti because I stole their big crime? Okay, we go to end step. Crime gets committed. I lose the life. Draw a card, friends. I think they may have Alt F4'd because of the whole stolen Grenzo. That's a shame. Like, fair, but dang it. They're upset that they lost custody of their very large adult son who was a goblin. Might have flipped a table. That is fine. It's an upsetting deck. I fully understand that this deck, Grixis Crime, is a miserable deck to play against in many circumstances. Sometimes you want to be the villain. Like right now. Fatal push. I'm gonna put everything back in their hands so they don't have things holding priority. And then I will attack in with Grenzo, who deals 6 damage. And I'm gonna pop down Gonti, so I can still leave up mana for a fatal push. I will take Sheoldred, who can gain me some life, and pass the turn. Oh wait, I don't need to leave up mana. Grenzo makes it free. Is this good in paper? I have crime stacks in paper. They're usually not as good because people hate you at the table, but they can get you a ton of value because very often these crime cards are none for you, yes for me. So you take something away from them, giving it to yourself, which is just a double value swing in power. Admittedly, if you take certain things that only have entered the battlefield from the board, it doesn't make a difference since they've already used their enter the battlefield ability. But taking things out of their deck, out of their hand, out of their graveyard can be extra devastating. Also, in paper, you have some different versions of Grixis Control. I recommend Don Andres for crime that doesn't make people quite as upset, because the commander doesn't enable crime, it just rewards you for crime. GG Marchesa. Kesa, Augur of Agonies, is getting a new infinite combo in the next set. That's right, in Foundations, Kesa's getting another infinite combo, though there's already a bunch that exist for her. Marina's Journal, Peer into the Abyss, Lich's Mastery. They all work with her, because whenever you draw a card, you gain a life, and your opponent loses a life. And if gaining a life causes you to draw a card by whatever means, it means you keep drawing cards and your opponent keeps losing life. And as long as you have more cards than they have life, that will win you the game. Kesa can be pretty good. She's also usually like kind of supported by counter spells, discard spells, board wipes, other things that let you set up for one of those combos. It's because you don't have to get her out right away. You're surveilling and drawing. I don't mind that. Boop. We're gonna sit here on our various things. I've got a counter spell that's also a heist, that's also a kill spell. This is a counter spell only for non-creatures, or it lets me steal from their graveyard, but they'd need a creature in their graveyard for it. Oh look! A board wipe. This counterspell isn't actually a counterspell. It exiles off the stack. Lets me steal. This is a board wipe. And we're doing stuff. The stuff is stealing. Hello, may I have a card from your deck? The flexibility of this card is so nice. Okay, what do we got? A tutor, a counterspell, caravan. I kind of like taking this disdainful stroke to counter Kesa. Just a cheap way to do it, because I don't think it will happen right away. They could play her next turn. No creatures in a graveyard, so we bring out Tasha and plus. Trying to get her to that -6 so I can steal, because I don't think they have that many creatures in their deck. They probably have Sheoldred and Orcish Bowmasters, 2 cards which would actually stop their combos, because it would kill them. Oh, protection? Sure, okay. Keep plussin'. And chillin' and vibing. I got my Exile and spell now. Counterspell, counterspell. But we are full-on nasty control boys here. Do I have a deck list for this deck? If you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description, and if you're watching this on Twitch, !deck will always get you the deck I'm currently playing, and !decks, with an S at the end, will get you multiple. Oh, this is fun. They're already gonna have this. I kind of want to tap them out for 5. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this pact resolve, and then I'm going to exile Kesa. Gales could hit the appearance of the Abyss? Sure could. Bind can't hit creatures. But Baleful Mastery sure can. You want to draw a card? Come on, you get to gain a life. You love draw a card. It's your whole shtick. Okay, awesome. So they're going to have to pay 5 at the start of their next turn. Yay. For me, not for them. And remember how I said I really want to steal their creatures from their deck? No hesitation. I'm not keeping her around. I'm not protecting her like some sort of a resource. Okay, it's even funnier than that. They only have 1 creature in their deck. You should put, by the way, Orcish Bowmasters. I know it's nerfed, put it in there. They have no cards left because they only have 1 creature in their deck, and they die. You should just refuse to pay. You should put more than 3 creatures in your deck. Pro tip from me to you. Oh, what a funny way to win. They only have 1. I wonder if they had any in their hands. Joyra, Ageless Innovator, taps to put artifacts into play. And she puts them in based on a number of, is it invention counters? Ingenuity. Okay, ingenuity counters. She taps, she gets 2 of them, and then she can put first, like, a 2-cost artifact, then up to 4 mana, then up to 6. Each time she taps, it goes up. This is pretty nice, because you can just cheat artifacts into play. This is, unlike the other Joyra, not as often a Paradox Engine combo deck. It's harder to combo with her. Rifle Banditry. I kind of want more mana. I don't have double reds, like I couldn't use this anyway. How about single red? I already have a way to steal her. If they play her here, I'm gonna bounce her back into hand, I think. No, they didn't play her, though. Okay. 3 mana. Hi, Joyra. Aegis Innovator. I wonder if they're holding up for a counterspell of a type. Let's find out. I would like to steal Joyra. Mother, may I? No, I mayn't. They're gonna get 4 mana because I spent 4 mana for that spell. It was 4 on the stack. And they put Simulacrum Synthesizer down, followed by a File of Galadriel. Nice. This is, like, this card is huge for them, because it's going to be making these constructs that grow and grow and grow and grow. It's so nice. I'm going to try to Deluge for 3 here. See if it works. Could have more counterspells. They got 3 mana up here. Wash away. They sure did. I'll play Restless Reef. It enters tapped. Mind Slaver! Oh, somebody wants to take some turns. Okay, I have up to 6 mana. I could just, like, Grenzo and go for broke, but then I'll probably die next turn. What a fun way to go that would be. Grenzo! Show me this guy's cards. Bam. They just have to attack me and I die. Does this look like Commander? It's kind of like Commander. Except you could have Planeswalkers as your commander. You only have 25 life. It's only 1v1 at this moment in time. And the cards are different. This card doesn't even exist in paper. Fake magic. GG. Aster, Bearer of Blades. This is a Boros Vehicles and Equipment commander. Usually it's more on the equipment side, but like, they could totally have some, like, vehicles in there. I don't know. Maybe they're just like, the Parhelion is my favorite card, so it's in the deck. I just don't know. You could be. They'll find... Oh, yeah, there's an equipment. They'll find an equipment when he enters, and they'll probably get more equipment after. I could hold up Mana Drain here. I'd rather go for Rahilda. I'd rather be stealing and countering stuff. Stealing mana, like, that's fun. I don't really have anything to spend it on outside of, like, Bolas, and they wouldn't be spending enough for me to really want to stop that. Nice, they ramped. And a boot! Cool, so I'll probably want to hold this Mana Drain up for next turn. What do we got? Ren's Resolve. Card advantage. I'd rather be using this Kolgan's command and getting the double strike unlocked here. Destroying an artifact is pretty good against equipment decks. Ooh, a Kiri! They put the boots on her. We destroy the boots. I will destroy target artifact, make them discard. Discard, no artifact. Kiri can make their equipped creatures indestructible by unequipping them, which in the case of the kite would actually kill them and draws them cards. Cry me a river. That gets me a river. It's an island. Would you like to double block? I'd like to steal. Ooh, Black Blade. What else? Phoenix! How important do I think it is to hold up the counterspell here? Not as important as it is to me to put the Black Blade onto Rahilda. I'd rather play my opponent's cards. Think about it. 8/8 with double strike. 8/8 with double strike. Sure, the germ could defend them. 8/8 with double strike. And then, like, maybe using the Forgeborn Phoenix, I could give it flying in a turn. They draw. I love the challenge of, like, trying to figure out a thing I can do with other people's cards. Nice. Basilisk Collar is great for them. And also, if they play it here, that is a second spell per turn. No, Rahilda! Damn. Nation. They sure did put in a nice 4-mana board wipe in Duskmourn. More counterspell that also steals. I'm gonna start by taking a little looky-loo at their hand, giving them a card, and then stealing a card. Ooh, Nettle Cyst. We know they have like a 1-mana spell. Bam. Germ. Basilisk Collar. Since all of these have equip 1, they could just, like, give him flying. Give him Death Touch lifelink. Ooh, Skrelv. Can give... It's not actually protection, fake protection. This costs 7 to equip because this isn't a legend. Hey, you're a legend, but we know they don't have anything in hand. Scarab God. Now that is a god that can hold some serious equipment. Also, maybe, I don't know, reanimate a Kiri or something. It'd be cool. I don't mind. Monkey! The monkey can block. Ook ook. Okay, I got a Martesa. I'm not dead in the air next turn. They can make something unblockable from black. It really does depend on, like, what equipment they get. I'm going to swing for 10. Cool. They're gaining life. They're not making Ragavan unblockable, so I'll block the Ragavan. But wait, it's Ember... No. I would like the mana, though. Because that'll let me cast, like, everything. Everything. No fun, Amy. That's me. That's what they call me. Okay, this gives +2/+2. They can't block. So I'll use Tibble. To steal the Basilisk Collar. So I can have a Basilisk Collar. Give you lifelink and Death Touch, like a zombie should have. And I'll swing in for 10. Lucy Geekery, they give it the 14-month resub. Oh, wait. Could I have just, like, Nicol Bolas minus? Sometimes I forget that I can do that. I'm sorry. When I have lethal, I try to take lethal. I missed it. Helga. Skittish. Seer. A Bant commander that can tap for mana, but only for big boys. Things that have X in their cost or cost 4 mana or more. And when you cast one of those things, she gets bigger. She gets a +1/+1 counter, and then she taps for even more mana. I have a way to counter her, though. So unless it's, like, turn 1, Delighted Halfling, I have a good chance of being able to stop her early. But usually it's like, you want to ramp. You want to ramp. Turn 1 ramp with Helga can be so big, too. I'm actually going to see what's in their hand with Valky. What do we got? Okay, Galtos, Circuit Gorklaw, this, and that. Wow, so they kept a hand that's just play Helga. Which of these do I want to steal? I'm going to take Mythweaver Pock. So Mythweaver Pock, I can turn into him in order to double up lands in the future. Am I enjoying the Celtics this season? So far, absolutely. They've been beautiful to watch. And also, I'm like a Celtics fan, so I'm extremely biased towards watching the Celtics. Let's go, Seas. Love the Seas. The biggest downside of the Celtics doing so incredibly well last season and, like, being champions is that it also means I'm not going to be able to afford any Celtics tickets this year. I went to a game last year with my partner for my birthday. I'm probably not going to get to. Okay, cool. So they made Helga uncounterable with the Cavern of Souls. She might be uncounterable. She's not unstealable. Duskmourn Alchemy introduced a horrible new card that allows me to just straight up steal my opponent's commanders. There's not a good way to interact with this, especially in certain colors that can't destroy enchantments, bounce them, or anything like that. So Helga's just going to be over here working for me as an enchantment. I guess it doesn't tap for anything, though. Yeah, so this doesn't tap for anything because she has no power, because enchantments can't have power. Yeah, going to TD Garden is insane. It's hundreds to get, like, just the worst tickets. They'll get to draw when this Curiosity hits me. You know, I could have had, like, Curiosity and Pawk duke it out, and then Curiosity would have killed the cat. It would have been cute. Ooh, they want to fight. I counter it. No, there's no way to put it into the command zone as part of the trigger. It's a weird thing about just, like, how that works. I was really hoping for a land here. It's all part of the same trigger. So it goes into exile and returns all as part of the same thing. If they had made it a delayed trigger, like at the end of your turn it returns from exile, that would have worked. It doesn't. Doesn't do that. Hi, Kami of Whispered Hopes. You put additional counters on things. Alright. I'm Pawk now. Ugh, it's a legendary land. Fine. I'm going to play it in response to the doubling. I'm going to tap it. I'm going to get the second one. I'm going to keep the new one so I get more mana. And then I think I'm gonna steal. Wait. You just kill it, and then I'm still able to hold up these. That seems smart. Estate-based actions were checked to make a resolution to be cure chaos. Yeah. Oh, they're counterspelling it. Sure. Wait, do I have a stolen permanent? I do. Wait, let's do this. Heist and counter. Heist and counter to counter. And I will take Kiora. Boop. I think that they should probably change House Meld just because of the fact that it probably only sees play in Brawl, and also it's nasty in Brawl. Gee, those are certainly some cards in hand, huh? My goose. They got to 6, so Surik and Goreclaw could come out to start giving more things haste in the future. It's pretty spooky. Nice Bant deck. Oh my gosh, thank you! I worked really hard to build this deck. Using the cards that I brought from home. Definitely. If they go for Vaultborn Tyrant, I'm countering it. If they go for Enraged Forerunners, I'm killing Surik and Goreclaw. Doesn't matter, we had an answer for either. GG. Flubs, the Fool! Flubs is going to be fooling around by discarding cards or drawing cards, depending on how many things are in their hand. Flubs is oftentimes a landfall pseudo-storm deck, taking tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of game actions because they can just keep drawing. Hi, Flubs. Flubs is also, you know, great with landfall because you can play additional lands, and playing a land can get you a card as long as your hand is empty. Do I think they'll have any artifacts for me to steal? Eventually, yes. Get red on this. More lands. Lands is good for me. It'll be probably a couple turns until they're flubbing around. You're saying this is a mean deck and you approve? Sure is. Oh, artifacts for me to steal. They can sacrifice the bauble in response to me targeting it. So I think I should wait a turn. Yeah, lots of zero-cost spells for flubs. Maybe wait 2 turns so I can key. It's mean, but also meme. Crime is, you know, what I do on this channel. If you ever are watching my channel, especially on the weekends, I'll oftentimes just, like, sit down and jam this deck for a couple hours. What color is this naming? Red. 1, 2. I'll go for the Signet. I can tap it in response just so I don't get the mana. Not that I can do anything with it. And I think I'm going to be trading into the Slick Shot Show-Off. Hello, yes, 1 Signet, please. Hi, Flubs! Did I get rid of the crime tag on my stream? Oh, it's not currently on there. You're right. I think I got rid of it so I could add the Transformers tag on Twitch. Oh, things are happening. Oh, Astral Corn is happening! Trade with the Slick Shot. And they're definitely looking to storm since they have these things. I'm gonna pay 3 life. Killing flubs here. Reason I'm killing flubs is so they can't just, like, get 2 cards. Do Silly Rampin', so I can breach. Spark, Lightning Bolt, and Putrefy. Putrefy hits the most stuff, but not that much that I really want to get rid of here. So I'll hit Lightning Bolt, since it's cheap. Drop Decadent Dragon, since I don't really want the spells that are in their deck. Admittedly, like, if I had not gone for flubs there, I don't think it would have made that big of a difference. Ooh. Return of Favor makes me want to kind of just, like, hold up. But nah, breach. Let's see what we got. Patchwork Automaton. Renzo for more crime. Alright, Slick Shot Show Off. I'm gonna take the Slick Shot. Bobble. Bobble can get lands in the future. This is just mana. I'm just trying to beef up this Slick Shot before I swing in. Hitting the Wave Breaker. And 5 to the face. Since they have a card in hand, and now they have 2, playing 1 will just cause them to discard the other. Goodbye, other card. Yes, a Tormod script. They're putting mana into that so they can draw a card. If it's a land, they will get more cards. Yep. Briber's Purse for 0. That sure is a card that exists. I've never seen it. Oh, because it's Tarkir. That's why. Sokanzon gets them 2 blockers. Or attackers, but probably blockers. And now we steal again. I'd say that the Grenzo resolving is Not necessarily game, but it's probably gonna be game. Birds, Mirror Enforcer. I'll take a 4/4. But I'm also going to do this. I'm going to minus, because I remembered that I have it. And I'm going to copy this. So I can deal an additional 7. And then swinging in with the Slick Shot Show-Off finishes them off. GG, Flubs. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Once again, Nicol Bolas is a problem, but he's a problem that's very fun to play. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to build and play, please let me know in the comments. I have a list of them here, but we're about to get a lot of new commanders with Foundations and Foundations Jumpstart, or Jumpstart 25. I'm not actually sure what it's called. So if you want to do some new spells that maybe care about horses and unicorns and Pegasi, make sure that you recommend me to play that commander. My first commander, by the way, is almost certainly going to be the new Tiny Bones because it does rhyme. I know what I'm about, okay? It'll probably even go in this deck because I know what I like and it's playing my opponent's decks. It's very fun. It adds a huge element of gameplay, like variety, because you're not just playing your own cards, you're playing their cards, which makes you think on the fly and remember what all of your opponent's cards can do, especially with each other. Again, thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day!